Alright guys, welcome to yet another video. In today's video, we'll talk about entrepreneurship motivation. So without further ado, let's move on to the video. So entrepreneurship motivation. We have already talked about what entrepreneurship is, and by now you know what entrepreneurship is. Now what is motivation? Motivation simply means it is a willingness, it is your own desire, okay, to exert high level of effort. We are trying to provide a high level of effort towards any organizational goals conditioned by the efforts and ability to satisfy individual needs. When we have high motivation, that comes so that we have some kind of fulfillment that we have. Now that fulfillment is both at the organizational level as well as individual level. We are trying to fulfill some organizational needs as well as there is some internal needs of our own that we are trying to fulfill. Now, entrepreneurship motivation is the process that motivates the entrepreneurs to make higher level of effort for the achievement of entrepreneurial goals. Now, motivation is actually a process, okay, in which the entrepreneurs ensure that they provide high level of effort, high level of fulfillments, high level of commitments, so that they can achieve, the entrepreneurial goal, the enterprise goals that they have, the entity's goal where they want to reach in the future. This entrepreneurship motivation is a fuel for any organization. It serves as a fuel to run the organization, ensure that the organization is running as per the requirement or above what we have planned for. There are two types of entrepreneurship motivation, or two factors that create entrepreneurship motivation. One is the internal factors, that is something that comes from within yourself, and the next is the external or external environment factors that comes from outside. Internal factors are the factors where we ourselves give the efforts and exert effort towards receiving or achieving something. Now it is something that comes from within. Now that could be because of desire to do something new, create and innovate something new. That could be because we want to become independent, as we have highlighted in the slides. That could be because we want to live a life that is not for everyone or a common life. We want to achieve a higher purpose in life. We want to get recognition also, because entrepreneurs do get recognition when they get very famous, when they have achieved something higher. And the educational background also. There are people who study about management, who study about business, who study about entrepreneurship, which can be now implied or which can be applied in the field of entrepreneurship. Next is occupational background and experience. That is also the reason why there are people who have certain professions, career paths. That also is the reason why they have high internal factors of motivation towards entrepreneurship. Next, we talk about external factors. What are the external factors? Number one, the government assistance and support. The motivation of any entity can be maintained because of government support. Without a doubt, that is very, very important. The ability of factors of production. When there's raw material, there are different land, labor, capital, the organization, the technology, the advancement. When we have all these production resources, we tend to have a high motivation towards achieving something as an entrepreneurs. Encouragement from big business houses. Now there are certain big business houses. We have seen there are different shows also, and these people come from these big houses like Shark Tanks. These people have large entities and they are always ready to invest into new ventures, new ideas, which they find to be productive and useful, and which can create a high monetary value for them. Next is promising demand of a product. Now, if there's any high demand of any kind of a product, now recently there were some products like there were caps, cap where there used to be like ears in those cap, and when we there used to be a pump kind of thing, and when we press that, the ears used to flip up and down. Now there was probably a demand for not just only caps, but something that looks trendy, and that helped in selling those caps a lot. That is because there's a demand of a product, and when there's a demand of a product, entrepreneurs and entities tend to create those products. All right, I hope in this video you were able to understand what entrepreneurial motivation is and the factors that helps in creating entrepreneurial motivation. Until next video, thank you, take care, bye bye. Do not forget to like, share and subscribe.